hope you're having a great day and I hope you're staying safe at home. Today again, I want to talk about belly fat because every single day there are hundreds and hundreds of requests from around the world on how do I burn belly fat. Can you please give me a diet that will help me burn belly fat? Can you tell me those 1 or 2 exercises that will help me burn belly fat? Are there any superfoods that will help me burn belly fat? How many hours of sleep do I need to burn belly fat? Well, all of this plays a huge role in burning belly fat, but it's impossible to burn belly fat if you have a hormonal imbalance. Hormones, for that matter, control every single thing in the human body. Hormones are cells, they're messengers, they're chemical messengers. They're constantly communicating with one another, telling the body what to do and what not to do. So when your hormones are in balance, the communication is all right. Your body gets what it needs in terms of instructions. When the communication breaks down, that's when you start to have all of your problems. The same thing like a relationship. When the communication is good, there's clarity and everything works the right way. When the communication in a relationship breaks down, then you have small problems and you have large problems. So when it comes to fat loss, yes, a diet is important. Yes, your exercise is important. The quality of your sleep, your stress levels, all of these things. But the number one thing that you should be thinking about is how do I bring balance in my hormones? How do I balance them? They have to be in balance for us to live a healthy life. Anything in your body that is out of balance creates problems. We have a rhythm. It's called the circadian rhythm. They're called biorhythms. Our heart beats with a rhythm, pulse rate with a rhythm, digestion works with a rhythm. If these rhythms are working well, it's good. If it's not, you have a problem. It's like in a band. You're listening to a band and everyone's playing their instruments in harmony with each other. There's a rhythm, there's beautiful music. If one band member goes out of rhythm, then you have noise. That sweet music changes to noise. So that's what happens when rhythms are disrupted. So today we're going to understand how to balance hormones, especially when it comes to fat loss. But for that matter, any disease, think hormonal balance first. If it's an inflammatory condition, think hormones again, because cortisol is a hormone and we all know that unregulated cortisol can lead to a breakdown of communication with your immune system, either switching off inflammation or keeping it on too long. And what are some of the inflammatory conditions that we know? Cancer, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and a whole load of other diseases. And if it's not an inflammatory condition, it's related to a hormonal imbalance. Diabetes, which is the hormone involved? Insulin. If you have a problem with your insulin levels, you can put on a lot of weight. You can store a lot of weight in your abdominal area, love handles, abdominal fat, belly fat, back fat, all of that stuff. So diabetes, again, a hormonal imbalance. Thyroid problems. Most people say, oh, Luke, I have hypothyroid. I will put on weight. My doctor said my weight gain is because of my thyroid. What is thyroxine? Thyroxine is a hormone. When you have too little of that hormone, you tend to put on fat, again, belly area. So what can you do to balance your hormones? If your testosterone levels fall, like in men, if your testosterone levels are too low, it's not just your libido that goes down, but your ability to build muscle mass. If you have less muscle mass, you have more body fat. So again, that plays a huge role in burning your belly fat again. When women hit menopause, estrogen falls and weight gain can happen. So either too little estrogen or too much estrogen produces belly fat, especially in the abdominal area. The same thing with progesterone. So when you have hormonal balances and imbalances and you're put on OCPs, oral contraceptives, for the longest period of time, you need to understand that they come with several side effects that creates more hormonal imbalance. While your period cycle may get better, you may also start to put on a lot of weight. So again, I'm not against OCPs. I'm against the regular use of OCPs, and when people are given OCPs and not encouraged to change their lifestyles, that's when it becomes dangerous. Anyway, let's go back to stress levels. How do stress levels make you fat? How do stress levels make you gain belly fat? Chronic stress, not day-to-day stress. The human body is built to handle day-to-day stress. But if we have chronic stress, your cortisol levels go up. Cortisol is a good hormone for us, but when it stays up too long, it starts to create problems. It starts to affect your testosterone, your progesterone, your estrogen. For some people, leading to weight loss, which is unhealthy, and for most people, leading to weight gain, which is abdominal fat in your area. So number one, what are the things? Are there magic foods that can balance your hormones? Absolutely not. Good, nutritious food will play a role, all of it together, but there is no magic food. Let's start off with exercise. If you are sedentary, if you have a sedentary lifestyle, you have a hormonal imbalance. So the number one thing is movement and exercise. The same, if you're overdoing your exercise, if your exercise is too intense, like let's take a hypothyroid patient. Okay, if you are doing intense workouts with less recovery, it's actually going to make your thyroid healing way slower. Yep, you can take medication for a lifetime, but you should know that today most people with hypothyroid can reverse it by nourishing the thyroid gland and making lifestyle changes. So even the kind of exercise you do for your condition is extremely important. More intensive workout doesn't mean more belly fat loss. Let's get that clear. In fact, a lot of people who overtrain and under-recover, or they don't sleep well at night, will tend to put on more belly fat because they lack recovery and rest. The body is under so much of stress of the exercise, there's no recovery, high cortisol levels, low testosterone, high estrogen or very low estrogen, and you don't lose the belly fat. You may get muscular all over, may lose weight from other parts of your body, but you will struggle with belly fat. So exercise is great for hormonal balance. It is bio-individual. Based on your condition, you need to decide your frequency and your intensity of exercise. Number two, the easiest way to mess up your hormones: white refined sugar, white refined carbohydrates, junk and processed food. You have to understand that most of these are empty calories. They don't provide nutrition. They in fact fluctuate your blood sugar levels, which means now you will have a fluctuation with your insulin, which is a hormone. So when your body has to produce too much of a hormone or too little of it, you have an imbalance. It's as simple as that. But when you're eating the right foods, your blood sugar levels working the right way, your thyroxine, all your hormones, that is called hormonal balance. We want to achieve homeostasis, which means we want to be in as much of balance as we can throughout the day. Let's say you eat a piece of chocolate cake right now, okay? It's not a bad thing. Your blood sugar levels will rise, but as long as it comes down the way it's supposed to, it's good. It becomes a problem when you keep on eating that chocolate cake and now you don't have enough of insulin to keep bringing those levels down, or you become insulin resistant. So that creates a hormonal imbalance. Stress, I already explained it. There's a direct connection between stress and belly fat. Direct connection between stress and every single disease out there, because it creates a hormonal imbalance. We are not designed, no matter how powerful we think we are, how the human body hasn't really changed. Life around us has changed. The brain is the same size. The capacity of the brain is the same size. So we have to understand that when we overburden the brain, when we overburden the body, okay, the human body is very resilient. You can push it and push it, but once you cross that set point, that's when we invite disease and discomfort and injury and hormonal imbalances. So everyone's different. Everyone's threshold of stress is different. Understand yours and operate within those boundaries. By doing more at the cost of your health and hormones, you are bound to have medical problems throughout your life. So you want to look at stress in a more positive way. Healthy fats. The people who go on low-fat diets, the people who go on no-fat diets are the ones who have the biggest hormonal imbalance. They suffer from osteoporosis, fat gain, belly fat, falling hair, dull skin, and all of these conditions. You need to understand that there are good fats and there are bad fats. Stay away from the bad fats. The good fats that you find in your nuts, your seeds, your cold-pressed oils, your wood-churned oils, all of these are good fats. You need the MUFAs, you need the PUFAs, and you need the saturated fats and healthy fats. That brings me to my next point, omega-3. If you don't have the right amount of omega-3 in your system, which you could either get from fatty fish or you could get from flax seeds or walnuts or supplements, it's up to you what your doctor prescribes to you. But if you are deficient in omega-3, you have a hormonal imbalance, which is why one of the first things we do to correct a hormonal imbalance is look at omega-3 in the dietary form or in a supplement form, depending on your condition. Protein. If you lack protein, which is the building block of every cell in the human body, hormonal imbalance. Protein, building block of every cell. Cells, chemical messengers that communicate with one another. If they don't have the right raw material and energy, they cannot function. So make it a habit at every meal, your meal should have some amount of protein. If you're an athlete, you're a bodybuilder, you have strenuous workouts, of course your protein requirement will change as per your body demand. But for everyone else, there must be protein with every snack, if you snack, or with every meal that you eat. Sleep, it's a no-brainer. The quickest way to disrupt your hormones is being sleep deprived. You can do everything else. You can have healthy fats, protein, everything we spoke about, exercise, but if you are sleep deprived, no matter who you are, no matter how much money you may have in your bank account, no matter what your designation may be, you need sleep. It doesn't matter. It's not the quantity, it is the quality of sleep that matters. The question that you need to ask yourself every day when you wake up in the morning, do I feel rested or do I need more sleep? If you constantly need more sleep, you are sleep deprived, fix it because you have a hormonal imbalance. Let me give you an example. The days you wake up sleep deprived, you crave for carbs, you crave for sugar because there are two more hormones involved. Your ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone, is suppressed when you are sleep deprived. And leptin, which is a satiety hormone, which sends a message to the brain telling us we are full, is suppressed as well. And that's why we are more hungry and irritable when we're sleep deprived. Again, communication breakdown, ghrelin, leptin, and melatonin, which is your sleep hormone. Okay? Alcohol, binge drink alcohol, you have a problem of disrupting your hormones. The biggest thing and the lie that we need to wake up is where people say, oh, Luke, I don't drink Monday to Friday, but Saturday they have 8 to 9 drinks. By the time your liver and your body and your hormones recover from that night of binge drinking, it's your next weekend. So you never get better. You do everything and you still wonder why you're not losing belly fat. You want to check out your alcohol consumption on the weekend. The same thing with smoking. The moment you get smoke into your lungs, you're disrupting every part of your immune system and your hormones. Let's get into solution mode. There are a couple of foods, they're not magic foods. Like for example, green tea. Good quality green tea, whole leaf green tea is excellent for balancing hormones because of the flavonols and because of the polyphenols. The same thing in black tea, in black coffee if it suits you, your fruits, your vegetables, your nuts, your seeds, especially when you can make your plate look like a rainbow, means you're getting a diversity of vitamins and minerals. But like I said, having the best food but being sleep deprived, you will still have a hormonal imbalance. Having the best food and the best sleep but still being so chronically stressed, you will have a problem. Let's reverse into young girls and boys today at the age of 12, 13, and 14 with the amount of peer pressure, sleep deprivation, junk food, PCOD is on the rise. Almost every second or fifth young girl has PCOS, or every young boy is gaining weight, abdominal weight, or having juvenile diabetes. Why? Because of lifestyle. Why? Because of hormonal imbalance. Your lifestyle dictates how your hormonal balance will be. Let's move to next solutions. Practicing things like gratitude, hugging one another respectfully, having fulfilling relationships, being in fulfilling relationships, having companionship. All of this works with a hormone called oxytocin that makes us feel good. That is also a hormone. Exercise produces endorphins, another hormone that makes us feel good. So you see, when we integrate the best of all of our lifestyle together, we balance our hormones. So someone who is going through depression or a feeling of low, depression can be caused by several reasons, but most people who are depressed because they're not willing to take action to make changes in their life, they can look at hormonal imbalance again to help them feel better. Even if you're a patient of depression with a chemical imbalance, where no matter what you do in terms of your lifestyle, you are dependent on a medication, which is okay if you need it, you should still explore making changes in your lifestyle because serotonin is a neurotransmitter. It is a chemical messenger again like a hormone, and so is dopamine, and so is oxytocin and serotonin. So again, it comes down to your lifestyle. Spending time in nature is one of the best ways to naturally balance your hormones almost immediately. So if you have the luxury of spending time in nature, around plants, going out in the outdoors, getting some sunshine, getting a sunset, it is absolutely fantastic for your hormones. Vitamin D3. You cannot have proper hormonal balance if your vitamin D3 levels are low. I can go on and on about this point of vitamin D3. It is connected with almost every function in the human body, plays a huge role in preventions, in recoveries, cancers, Alzheimer's, osteoporosis, heart health, everything. Get your vitamin D3 levels checked, period. And finally, what balances hormones the best is when you try to live the circadian way. Early dinners, with sunset or within an hour after sunset, putting your gadgets off at least an hour before bed so you allow one powerful hormone that works for your immune system and your sleep called melatonin to kick in. Waking up in the morning either before sunrise or with sunrise, not putting your phones on for the first 1 hour so you can look at the sky, natural light, reset your melatonin levels for the next 12-hour period, trying to keep your meal timings at the same time every day, trying to keep your workout time at the same time every day. These are all ways to live in the circadian rhythm, which automatically brings about hormonal balance. So you see, we've not even spoken about a diet, okay? Your diet is useless if you cannot fulfill any of these points above. There is no diet that can give you hormonal balance, but good nutrition along with the right lifestyle will put your hormones in balance. And when your hormones are in balance, your body works for you. Today, everyone's working for their body, health obsessed, doing so much throughout their day for their body. Your body is designed to work for you. You have an intelligence within you that's designed to work for you. Give it the platform and it will do the work that everyone out there is trying to do every single day by being health freaks or being health obsessed. You don't have to. You have an intelligence beyond imagination and it works for you if you give it what it needs, which is the right lifestyle. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep. And remember, you care. It's all about you.